Hey guys, we'll be starting in just a couple minutes here. Dev, why don't you say a few words so we can make sure they can hear you?
I was about to say something really inappropriate, but then I remembered, oh right, I should not say that.
Probably.
Yeah,
Let's just
I
make
say
sure.
a lot of bad words.
To be fair, so do I. Let's just make sure they can hear both of us, and then we'll get started with the hurricane of news. I still like when you first got the notes from me. Let me scroll up to find what you actually said, Dev. Da-da-da. Yeah, just this is going to be long.
Yeah.
Okay, they can hear.
Fuck all kinds of duck.
Okay, let me stretch here. You ready, Dev?
Unfortunately.
Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to entertain and inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark. I run With the Will and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm DevQ, and I'm really looking forward to Pokemon Legends Z.
It it's funny, like tons of stuff for Digimon the past week. Also, there was news for Pokemon. They announced that
It was Mario Day.
Mario. They announced that Warner Brothers fighting games coming back after being gone for a year.
Oh, I forgot that even existed.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm
that's.
not sure if I knew it existed in the first place.
I think we discussed it in private once when I mentioned Shaggy going Super Saiyan or whatever the joke was, and
Ah,
you
okay.
can actually do it in the game. But yeah, it is. Sometimes you don't know what an anniversary week's going to be like, and
It was an avalanche.
they went full Psycho Hurricane. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up, let's talk about the. Did you see the anniversary trailer?
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, it was good. Um, a lot of people seem confused why they focus on the first four. That's how they've always. It's the first four, and then everything else
Yes,
is,
those are the ones that print money.
well, two of them print money.
Well, yeah, the
They
first
they,
two.
they just like including the full original run. But yeah, gorgeous trailer. The music the music transitioned nicely, including
It's
everything.
like a fun little music
Yeah,
video.
including everything was a nice little touch. Uh, really one you have to go watch for yourself. I found it weird that they had the nice subtitle version, but they did not translate any of the Japanese lyrics. They have a very solid launch trailer. And then start off with Digimon Con. That was a wild hurricane of news.
Digimon Con Apocalypse.
Yeah, so like they put up the archive video minus some of the music stuff.
Which is the thing that we actually want the most.
Well, we knew that wasn't going to be archived at least. But yeah, so they start off with Miyazaki. Then, am I wrong? Michael Rivas was one of the co-hosts the last 2 years, right?
Looks familiar,
Did
but
he
I am
see? Did he
face blank.
see? Did he seem much more comfortable this time than the first two? Because I remember the first two, like he seemed very
Stiff
jumpy.
and awkward.
I think the desk helps everyone like stay a bit balanced. And they did the trivia with the actors and Volcano Oda popping in.
I mostly read like a preview of. I'm very tired. I mostly read over what that section went
Yeah,
through.
yeah, that was great. The Digivice quiz. That is a great trick question to start with. How
Speaking
many?
of Digivices, oh my god.
we'll get to that. But yeah, so the quiz, the letter from Seki Hiromi telling the story about how they ended up with the Digivice was great. That was basically okay. They made the toys for the anime, but they weren't going to make any sort of VPET or LCD type thing, and she got upset with them. And Volcano went, "Oh, she has a point."
Like, your entire brand is based on a VPET. You're not
Yeah,
including one.
yeah. Uh, then during Digimon Con, the Agumon thing was great. They need to subtitle that though, because they're depending entirely on Revis to translate for him. But like doing the run through of saying hello in different languages and everything, the question getting in about pineapple pizza was funny. And then
Much better at answering questions than Habu is.
yes, then they have the little game section which has the polls. Then there's the game concert. The piano concert was very good. Like that. So then I really liked. You have the duo coming out and they're singing Target. It's very weird to have Daisuke and Ken singing that. And it was just
Oh, I thought it was
yeah,
cute.
yeah. We'll skip over a lot of the announcements because a lot of those we'll be going over. But I was very happy with the event overall. I will say the most energetic part, and it's the one that goes back to something we've said before. They need to start subtitling Digimon Card Battle. The card
I
liberate.
wonder, like, how far in advance do they have, like, the actual, like, card game portion?
I still think you
Like,
can.
is it?
I still think you can get it subtitled because it's not like they're doing it that day.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's not
Yeah, but like
live,
no, yeah,
then
it's not live, but yeah, the card game portion here was one of the most entertaining portions, and that's because they were so energetic, so happy. Yeah, I feel like that's something they need to figure out subtitling for Card Battle as time goes on because that was really infectiously positive.
yeah, then
Uh,
they're really trying to push the card game even more than ever. It feels
yeah,
like
no, and
so.
that's why they need to do that. Then the surprises they had the products. I like the nice little section showing New Century than some of the Chinese products. Because sometimes we get like
Oh.
a few photos of those and that's it. And now they kind of just showed them all off, which was very nice. They also showed off that Chinese stage play.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Um,
want to. I wonder if they'll ever upload like a video of it.
maybe when it's closed, I could see them doing something like that. But yeah. So and then closing with aim makes sense. That end song from O to the beginning so good. I really enjoy it. And I took, as I look through my photos and tweets, I did way too much for this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
because I
three
was
hundred.
working during when it was actually airing, and I just saw like the wall of text and
Yes,
notifications. I'm like,
as I
God damn,
recall, I believe Lost said it was like 370 tweets or something. And
damn.
then we have plenty more for Digimon Con, but that's kind of broken up during the show. So for then the end of Digimon Dreamers, very solid ending. I like how it's basically okay, it's time to go home. And hey, look, there's a new tamer in Digimon who showed up while they were gone. And also, Ritsu brought ketchup.
Yep, and it's like, hey, we're gonna dispel the curse. Oh, never mind, his password.
Yeah. And then Rebel. I like how that's a callback to Ogremon early in the story, even though I don't think it's meant to be him. I think it's
But
just
it's still like the
a
same kind of entrance, like
yeah,
I'm here for meat.
yeah. And then we get the ending, which it's funny because when they say end of part one, they don't actually mean they're continuing with the part two. They mean it continues. And you know what
Like you're not gonna see it, but
y-
it's there's stuff going on
yeah,
still.
like maybe we'll get to see it, maybe we won't. But you know what the funny part is? It's the same ending as Seekers. It's a battle. There's a dog there. Pulsemon's there.
I wonder if they're gonna have like a for the actual Volume 2 release, like a little extra chapter of
So that's one of those interesting
Ritsu
things.
getting drunk.
That's one of those interesting things is Tenya Buno always makes sure that his manga has solid extras. So we'll see what pops up there.
Oh,
Um,
we already know we're getting a card.
yeah, that's gonna be with Volume 2. The cover for that looks great, and that's under a month away. Um, then, so here's what's interesting. The changes to the online distribution, we're not sure what that means for English and Chinese because they only actually put that up on Japanese Twitter. That they're only going to do the
Hmm.
first three, and then the rest will be purchasable, both physical and digital. They haven't mentioned that for English or Chinese on Twitter, and we don't know if we're getting a collection. I would rather have a collection, honestly. Like if they're like, okay,
Same.
like if they're like, we're only going to leave the first three chapters up, but just do like a single omnibus and say make it $20, I'd happily take that.
Same. She's like, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I would buy that in a moment.
Please give me more Digimon books.
And then moving on from Dreamers, hey, Seekers epilogue. So
That was a thing that happened.
so this here's the weird thing. As much as a lot of people did not like the ending of Seekers, we explained how that kind of ending
It's typical.
it's not necessarily the ending you want, but it's a perfectly acceptable ending for that style of story. That ending does not work if you keep going, though. And this, it jumps ahead to an epilogue and then flashes back to the ending in the least appealing way possible, where they go back and it's like, oh, there was no battle. It was literally the 3 seconds of slashing, and that was it.
And then Ryusenji just apparently just fucked off and went, oh dang, you like you pesky kids
I'm
and your
I'm
dog
I'm
off
going
screen.
I'm going to America to battle Spider-Man. But yeah, basically it's just a positive. Everyone is as happy as they can be following everything with the epilogue, and it was fine. I liked it. I feel like it kind of battles the quote unquote ending because it mostly feels like this was going to be an ending, but it was too long. Like,
And Tartarus marries the Agumon.
yeah. And a lot of people are like, well, they didn't clarify that. That could be for a sequel. No, they don't have to
No.
clarify everything. It's just an awareness enough that the Agumon knows him. We have no context past that. And that's fine. Um, we also got a digest movie thing. What's interesting is it when they say digest, you expect they're just gonna run like the four together. This is more like a few seconds are old, but a lot of it's new. And it's fine. I enjoyed it. I do feel a bit weird. The more people who watch this go, oh, see, they could do a live action Digimon show if they wanted to.
No, God, no.
It's like
Please
it's
no.
like it's like here's the thing. One, yes, they could, but two,
But what
this is
would you
not.
want them to do?
Two, this is not like the visual of how a show would look. This is a low budget thing. Like, and I actually think the less ambitious earlier ones look better because there's less happening. Once they have more happening, it kind of breaks.
It honestly is like watching X Evolution. Like as much as I love it, it's X Evolution visually.
And then moving on from Seekers, a quick jump to the forum. Me and Lost rejiggered the Dreamers and Seekers section into a novel webcomic section. And that was just coincident. That lined up really well, though. So then,
I thought you did that on purpose.
no, that was the day before. I'm like, where I believe I said the Lost like in the middle of the night. We're not sure when Liberator's starting. We might as well do this now. Here's what I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. And it just lined up really well with the announcement. So they're doing a novel competition, which will be opening up soon. I'm very interested in this. Not that I expect them to get translations of stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then they announced a Digimon comic project, and we'll jump to one of the questions now since it has to do with that. Tenya Yabuno did write Dreamers. He did not write V-Tamers, although him and the writer had many meetings and worked together. So the Digimon comic project will launch this summer on Digimon Web. They called the first one an issue, so we don't know if we're getting like monthly or actual like mock comic issues. But we've been wondering this for a while. They kind of never announced a winner for the comic awards.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
is it
and,
just going to be like one person, or is it going to be a couple of things,
and it's
which is what I would
yeah,
prefer,
and
honestly.
and what they did here was they went the winner's working on something for this. I assume they'll announce that at some point, and there'll also be something new by Tenya Yabano. So maybe something new, maybe a return to V-Tamer or Dreamers. But they've said it will be multiple works, so it seems to be some type of anthology. And they said from moment one, it will be available in Japanese and in English.
Hell yes.
So
So you get work.
we already know we will have new stuff this summer as far as comics go, which is nice. And then, do you think there was enough anniversaries the past couple weeks? So,
Things exist.
Digimon Tamers Runaway Digimon Express 22nd anniversary. Revenge of Diablomon's 23rd. It feels very weird that that movie's 23 years old at this point. 24th for our war game.
Time is an illusion.
25th for the Digimon Adventure movie, the Digimon Adventure TV show, and Digimon Anime as a whole.
Very special.
And today / tomorrow is the 9th anniversary for Cyber Sleuth.
It doesn't feel like it should be that old. It feels
Well,
more
yeah,
like 5
you have to
years,
remember
maybe.
we got it like a year and a half later. A lot of people didn't play the PS4 version anyways, and a lot of people played it around when it started coming out on Switch and PC, which was a few years, which at this point was about 4.5 years later. So based on what you got it for, it may have been quite a bit later.
Yeah, it
And
feels about
then
right.
look at that 25th anniversary art that they showed. That is just perfect. I just
It looks so nice.
yes. And wow, they decided to go crazy. So first they put a commentary up for episode 1 with Chiaka Sakamoto, Mayumi Yamaguchi, Ettore Shigematsu, and Hiroyuki Kakudo with video commentary bits for episode 1 of Adventure. Um, they also announced a lot of stuff we'll be going over a bit later, but like they'll have some collaboration art throughout the year. They announced a summer exhibition thing, and then the entire thing snowballed. So one of the first things we got was they talked about the Meets Creator project. That's where people would be doing Digimon themed art with specific things. The first one is blackboard art, and they put up a video showing a time lapse of the person drawing it all of
That was very cute.
Rana Suzuki drawing it all, and that was amazing to see that. Um, so it was just very impressive to see that appear. I like the logo being there. I like how it starts off with the grid, so they can math everything out. And that is actually, if you are where Bandai's headquarters, that's actually on display of the second floor of their headquarters.
Hmm.
So people have been going up and getting photos with it. And also, out front, Agumon statue. So, do you know how the statue thing out front of Bandai works?
Not particularly, other
So,
than that
so,
it's there.
so here is my understanding of it. Every few years, they put a new statue there, and they move down an old one. So it's a whole street of statues.
Okay.
So Agumon's the newest one. We got the photo there. Kenshi Watanabe notes that the last one that was added was his Tamagotchi character. So 2 of them have been the face of the company now, and then he tweeted, "Please give him praise," and multiple people did.
He
Uh,
deserves it.
yeah, but yeah, and then Mega House had one of their employees go out with the little figure.
little looking up Agumon.
Yes, and put it there. Uh, so someone's confused with the manga. Let's jump to that really quickly. Yes, the person who won has not been announced, and they're working on a manga for that ongoing comic project. Seemingly, they'll be announced whenever they more formally announce what's happening with the comics for that. They're just not saying it. Basically, there's going to be a Digimon comic anthology of some sort online to read, and we'll see what that is. The statue. Well, there's something with the statue later that's fun, and now we get to go into like the crazy stuff. So first, the Digimon X Asmarie Edition V Pets. They did the
They look badass, but
yeah
I kind of like the Kenji Watanabe
yes.
ones more.
The thing I like about these ones feel the Kenji Watanabe ones were very stylish and very cool. But if you don't follow his work outside of Digimon, you might not fully recognize the style. These, even if you only follow Asmarie's Digimon work, you can see like the pixel patterns he likes to hide in backgrounds of stuff sometimes. So it
It
feels,
looks really fucking cool too.
yes, it really does. Um, and they already put up US pre-orders for these, which smart to get those up quickly because I guarantee you people jumped at them. And then,
Yeah.
so they teased this a while ago when they put up the Digimon Con schedule. They're like, there's going to be some Digivice 25th anniversary thing. Then they put up that little rainbow teaser, which was a great single image. And
And I
then
think I actually guessed what it might actually be.
I saw many guesses. I feel like what was announced was beyond even the more ambitious, they'll never do this guesses that I generally saw. Not everyone, but generally everyone was trying to be like reasonable because like being reasonable makes the most sense. And instead, it's like full on crazy pants.
Yeah, my guess was like, oh, they'll just do the adventuring pet, but they're just gonna have like the color
Yeah,
LCD, like in the
it's not just the
other
color
one.
LCD. They basically have redone it to make it very anime-ish, very stylish. The shell looks great. The shell has the super CSA like color bleed through LED stuff. So
I want it so badly, but
it comes with the card with the art from one of the pop-up events, which the card looks great. The shell I believe is new. It looks like some of the old ones, but I believe it is a new design. Um, Chargeable battery, USB Type C, which is always very nice to have. Um, God, there's just so much. So there's the adventure mode. They have the little camping scenes where you can do items, you can set stuff. There's the battle mode stuff. When you start it up, you pick your partner, and it's the sprite. Most of them are based on Vital Bracelet sprites. A number of them have gotten little touch ups. In the promos, did you see the Omegamon one? They
no, I did
got
not.
they got rid of the Vital Bracelet Omegamon sprite entirely and built a more like mecha sprite for him, which Omegamon was one of the ones that people didn't like the most. So they built a new sprite for that. They talk about the backgrounds differ as the characters walk around. It plays Butterfly. The Digimon have newly recorded voices.
They went completely fucking
Yes.
nuts.
Okay, do you know how fucking nuts they went? You know how normally I try to grab the GIFs from the store page and post them?
Yeah,
Do you notice how I only put a few up and I skipped most of them? Do you know why?
because there's too fucking many.
No. It was 300 megs of GIFs.
Oh,
Like some of them were 15, 20 megs each. And it's like, I don't, no.
no.
Because they have full versions of the crests spinning around and everything. And they were actually putting it on the page so you could see the nice animation. Everything's like, oh, I would like to share this, but I can't deal with this. But like, yes, they were putting up like major sprites and stuff. They talk about you can encounter other Digidestin partner Digimon in it, and they'll join you on it and become support
Uh,
Digimon. They list all the voice actors. Uh, everyone's the original voices except Takaru's Megumi Hand because they have lots of audio of her. They even mentioned that like a lot of the characters who have newer audio, it's newer audio from when they did the CSA 99.
Okay.
So, because like remember when they did the CSA 99, they re-recorded 6 of the kids, and they record a lot. They also have recordings from the games and stuff. It also connects to the Digimon Color and the Digimon Color Pendulum.
That I was definitely not
No,
expecting.
that's one of those things that no one called. Period. That it would connect with those.
Yeah, my guess was okay, color and maybe the USB-C charging. That
Yeah.
was as ambitious as my guess was.
Okay, and then after the normal one, there's the Taichi Yamato activated colors, which come with bonus. First, you get a tag and crest set, and it comes
Want
with a
that so
and
fucking badly.
it comes with a chain if you want to wear it.
Shut up
It,
and take
it,
my money.
then they talked about how there was a lot of sprite work done for it, so they decided to do a whole art book,
Oh, I know where my paycheck's going.
which looks fantastic. Then on the Taichi Yamato models, some of the items you get for camping are different than the normal one. Just like bonus items, though, not like this changes the game. So Japanese pre-orders open, U.S. pre-orders open in some other places. Various intermediary shops are showing stock already. So the premium Bandai prices in the U.S. are the normal one's $95, the sets are $120 each. That
Considering all of the
see
sheer
see
amount of shit in there.
see I expect you to message me when we're done, Dev, because I pre-ordered both of the special editions, which means technically speaking, I have an extra crest and tag.
I am tempted.
That's a technicality that I expect you will ask about at the very least. But yeah, they built something very special here for fans who A, want it and B, can afford it. It's not cheap, and a lot of people want to know why don't we get the cheap ones anymore. We do. That's like the 20th ones we got in the US, but these at this point, these are not toys for kids. These are collectors for us. And that's what the price is.
Yep, and damn it, we'll pay it.
Also, did you see the thing with the screen where it is the full color round screen like on the Super CSA, but a lot of the times it closes it and emulates the edge drawings?
Yes.
That's such a nice it's so fucking nice looking. But yeah, so pre-orders for that. The US pre-orders end April 3rd. Yes, 3rd. And it will ship in September.
Oh, glad I'm doing overtime.
No, yeah, that is really a crazy exciting thing. I will say I thought the price of the standard one was going to be higher than 100, honestly. I thought because when we first saw it, we didn't see the price initially. I thought it was going to be like 120, 180.
Yeah, because wasn't that about the price of the Super CSAs to begin
Yes,
with?
yes, these are cheaper. In fact, if I go to Premium Bandai now, I think the Frontier and Tamers, I think they still have stock of in the US. So the gold Takato one is 130, and 130 for the normal Tamer one also. So yes, these are cheaper, probably because they know they can sell more, honestly. So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is technically makes this. If you wanted an adventure toy, you're happy. If you wanted a CSA, you're happy because this is that too. This is kind of an evolution of what they did for the 2020 Digivice toy, which was kind of mishmashing an old style Digivice and a CSA together. This is going very overboard. And
And we're very grateful.
do you know what the weirdest, most exciting thing is? Assuming they built this as a platform to do stuff with, you could do this for Zero Two, for Tamers. You could do a V Tamer one if they've actually built like a
Oh.
platform they can reprogram slightly.
Please do not torment me with like a Digivice 01.
Well, remember they did that poll a few years ago, wondering if people would actually buy a Digivice 01 toy. Remember?
Yes, and nothing came of it.
Are we super shocked though? Honestly, on that one.
Not really.
Yeah, but yeah,
I,
this was very exciting. It looks good. The one thing I do appreciate, they point out that the color stuff will not work completely as expected on the special editions. Because the color piping is all designed to work with that very dull bluish gray color of the normal one. And once you introduce orange and blue, that kind of fucks that up.
yeah, I really, really prefer the basic color, but I might grab one for Yamato.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. And then, uh, so Digimon Adventure is airing weekly Friday right before prime time on Tokyo MX throughout the year. And they're also streaming it on YouTube in Japan weekly, which is a nice little thing. Director Kakato did a second commentary on Twitter Spaces for the second episode, and he said they might do more irregularly via Digimon partners.
hmm,
So we'll see. Then they announced the Blu. They showed off some of the Blu-ray bonus stuff for the Ode to the Beginning Blu-ray. Not all of it.
nice.
Some. So we get mostly pre-existing art. We did get an answer about those keychains we were confused by. You get a set of 2 for the Blu-ray Deluxe, just VMon for Blu-ray or DVD. We thought they might have like split them apart and getting Deluxe was both. And then postcard, the phone stand. Nothing really shocking. Just nice to get some confirmation there. Then I normally let the Digimon 15-second analyze build up for like a couple weeks just to like, so they a bit of substance and not just posting anytime there's a 15-second video. This time I had to
Yeah.
kind of go, okay, it's time. So Doragoromon gets 15, Oriyumon gets 15, and then when the 25th anniversary hit, they went, it's time to do Agumon, who gets 45 seconds. It's like, yeah, if anyone would get 45 seconds, it's Agumon.
Look, I know that on Wikimon we actually broke the template because there's just so many goddamn images of Agumon
I'm
specifically.
I'm pretty sure that the template broke a few months after I recall us actually talking on a normal basis. Like, we're talking like 12, 13, 14 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last month for the DigiGift wallpapers, they've teased that there will be more DigiGifts in the future, just not necessarily, on the schedule they've done here. The last one is Mimi and Lilymon for March for Digimon Adventure. They have the first day of the first anime movie circled with a little egg.
Aw.
And also, wasn't that Doll Festival holiday in March?
I do not recall.
So I think that's what the outfit she's wearing is. It's yes, March 3rd, Hinamatsuri, which
Can't get so many
which
cool goddamn holidays.
Dolls Day, Girls Day. It's one of those. I believe she's wearing an outfit for that. Uh, and AIM mentioned that she really liked the wallpaper. She put it as her standby page on her phone.
Aw.
Yeah. Great one to finish with. We'll see what else they do. Although they backslid on the quality of the actual calendar.
Mm.
Like the Mimi and Lilymon look great. The March portion is so bad I did not even try to enhance it. Like if you actually zoom in and look at the March, it
It just looks like a squiggle.
yes. And then speaking of AIM, they announced a 25th anniversary album for her since she started her professional singing career. We have the full track list at this point. So there's a normal version, which is 2 discs. The first printing limited edition has a Blu-ray with a music video for various colors, the end theme to "Ode to the Beginning." Did you see the track
Okay.
list? It is a
Mm,
very fucking solid
it's a
track list.
lot.
Yeah, it's
Because like are
it's
they the original recordings of all of them, or are these like
it,
some
it,
new recordings of the same
it's a
songs?
mishmash. Some are original, some are from Try, some are from later CDs. It is basically a 2 disc best of AIM album that is very solid. Like if you took either of these and said, we're going to do two 25th anniversary albums and, version blue and version gold, and each was one disc, these would still be good purchases. Like, I keep forgetting to pre-order it because I've been busy, and I need to do that before the Blu-ray one runs out. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the 100 minutes of Digimon Calling Your Name video went up.
I did not watch that for obvious
I have
reasons. I
not.
did not
A
have.
number of people have been, and have actually been finding their names. And someone linked me, a few Japanese fans have been transcribing them because I guess they also write the Japanese text on the screen in case the
Oh, okay.
pronunciation's off, so you can be sure. So someone's been going through and transcribing them. But yes, there's a lot there. But yes, a number of people have been tweeting at us that, hey, they found their name specifically.
Aw.
And then Line, they put up some Digimon sprite emojis based on the VPET 1 through 5 Digimon color version.
Steal them for the With the Will Discord.
No. At the moment, I'm just staring at the Monzemon with the mouth open. It looks kind of like Ted. I didn't notice that before, but yes, there's some solid ones there. It's actually interesting when you think about it, because you don't think of the Gabumon sprite as looking like anime/art Gabumon. It looks more like Agumon with the horn and ears, but once you color it in like Gabumon, it adds a lot. Meanwhile, Piomon just looks kind of like a chicken.
Yeah, it's like a demented
Yeah.
chocobo.
And then we have another new Digimon from New Century, Erlangmon.
Very
Interesting,
fancy.
interesting night. I need to see more of it. I like the little familiar of the lion head, because at first I thought that was like a
Arm or
yeah.
something.
The way I think of it is,
Giant
do
shield
you remember
thing.
Megatron in Beast Wars with
Yes.
the T-Rex head? I thought they were doing that,
Yes.
and the reason
That's what I thought too, honestly.
and the reason I thought of Megatron immediately, even though that's a pretty common thing, is because the T-Rex had the big teeth, and you would sometimes see him brushing them,
I
and
love
and this one has
that.
the big teeth. And then we
Yes.
got all the stuff for Earth Revival. So we get the costumes for Tai and Mimi. We get the Holy Judgment, which is, I believe it's supposed to be Angelomon's bow in the style of the game. I think.
I mean, that's what we guessed it was the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. Well, more close up, it's more stylized. Then we get the Tailmon and Patamon costume, which it's weird. I don't know why they do the weird AI generated image when they must have game models like to put them on.
I kind of wish that was real.
Yeah. Then we get
I
the
definitely want the Tailmon one.
then we get the Greymon and the Garurumon style weapons. The Agumon,
Greymon one looks
the the
stupid.
the Agumon and Tailmon pets look solid. Then, did you see the vehicles?
Yes.
Did you know I got
I love them.
did you know I got complaints?
That's because of the Rekosaurus or
Yes,
whatever.
because it's Rek as an Rekka when you translate it, meaning like raging fire. And I'm like, yes, I'm aware, but it's called Rekosaurus. So,
It's wrecking shit.
yes, that's like I understand you normally do not translate that way, but I think for the way this vehicle looks, it is warranted. Rekosaurus. Then the Gabumon vehicle. Am I wrong, or is he like a decoration on the vehicle permanently?
That's that's the gist that I got.
That's what I thought. Like, it's not like a in-game toy decoration. It's part of the bike that Gabumon is there with you. Then, so I didn't notice this when they showed off the little like furniture stuff. I didn't notice at first. The War Greymon's an in-game lamp.
Oh my god.
Because at first I'm looking, I'm like, okay, it's a neat little figure of him doing Gaia Force. And someone pointed out they think it's supposed to be a lamp. And I'm like, oh, that's stupidly brilliant. If that's correct, and I think it is.
That would be funny.
Then they showed off Digivice backpacks in game, the little charms, which are good. I think the high point is, did you see the stamps?
Yes, they're fucking adorable.
I feel like the best stamp is Palmon crying. Also, Piomon just looking confused and upset. So that's
How I
happened.
feel looking at the drinks from the
Yeah,
collaborations.
we'll go over that. We have some. There may even be some good drinks this time. So then we got Liberator news from Digimon Con. So first up, episode / chapter 0 is up. A little preview of it. I don't think the English presentation is very good.
It took it
So,
long enough to load on
well,
my
okay.
end.
So let's ignore that because they've been having site issues for about a week. It just happened to cross over into this. So the first thing is I don't care one way or the other about the scrolling comic format. I'll get used to it when there's longer chapters. One, don't use Comic Sans, and two, they break up the actual like formatting of the text in the bubbles is very unappealing. It's hard to read. It's annoying. So this is kind of a
Are they trying
preview.
to like mimic Webtoon or something?
Well, yes, but they're not even mimicking like good text formatting is the issue. Is they kind of just went with Comic Sans and they're shoving it in there as quickly as they can. So we'll see what the final. This is a preview. I'm willing to give them slack here. We'll see what it looks like when they do the normal. Like for example, when they actually do the real comic, they better have fucking chapter pages. Just having people go to the front page and hitting a button and having the comic appear is not going to work long term. You have to have like an actual address to go to, because that's a pain in the ass. I would hope they would put it on Digimon Web, honestly, but we will see.
Only hope.
Then after that, they announced a bunch. So first off, did you watch the trailer for Liberator?
Yes.
Solid trailer, very good,
Fun.
very good theme song. Did you notice there's two versions of it?
That I did not pay attention to.
There's an English and a Japanese version of the theme, and they're both pretty solid, honestly. Then they announced a web novel, the currently unannounced Digimon web novel, which is it's functionally like a mini spin-off novel showing something else happening at the same time, and then at some point it's going to branch into the comic. It stars a girl named Yuki and her partner Digimon and Itmon. Did you watch that video portion of Digifest, or did you skip past that? Because something happened there that was amusing.
I skipped past that.
So
Mostly because I was working like 10
at,
hours that day.
So as they're announcing the novel, the producers talk about, Impmon because fans like him, blah, blah, blah. Chiba, who's like probably the silliest of the silly comedians from Digimon Card Battle, but he also gets serious. He has a theory that he wants to bring about the comic, about the web novel. And the producer's like, well, it's fine for you to guess, but, no one's seen it yet outside the team. And Chiba goes, I think Impmon is not going to evolve into Beelzebumon. And the look on the producer's face. Let me put it this way. Chiba's laughing, the Aoyama, the other coach, laughing, the producer's laughing, and then at one point during the video, they do a replay showing his face when Chiba said that. Like this shocked look of, oh no. So now everyone's going, the Liberator set has Beelstarmon Ace in it. Did they just reveal Impmon turning into Beelstarmon? We will see.
I hope. That would be delightful.
Yeah. Then they went, so the Digimon are probably going to be spoiled by the card game. And the producer went, no, we're not doing that. We're just going to show them all right now. Or most of them, not
designs.
all. So we got to see Fluffymon, the baby 2. Grand Galemon, perfect. Zephagermon, who's the ultimate. Very solid designs for all of them. I feel like a lot of people took the Fluffymon. And they didn't show it during the show. Also, Yolkmon, the baby one, people seem to like.
Look, my friends who don't even care about Digimon, I've had like 3 separate people send me memes with Yolkmon in it.
Yeah, there's been some solid ones. Then for Shumon, we got Chaperomon. So first off, the Little Red Riding Hood theme with the wolf shoes. She has a Molotov cocktail.
I
She,
love her design, but my only disappointment, her name isn't Shumon.
do you see the knife?
She's gonna stab someone.
Yes. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding. Look on her right side, next to the orange bow. There's a giant fucking knife. You can
Oh,
see
I
the
could be
handle.
referencing cutting her way out of the
Yes,
wolf.
exactly. And also the picnic basket is going to fight Yogi Bear. And then she evolves into Sendrilmon, which take on Cinderella. You get all the little mice also. Really solid design on all these Digimon, to be honest. In fact, the design of all of them are so solid. I feel like the worst two are probably Grand Galemon and Zephagermon.
But they do have like solid Digimon
No, no, no,
vibe to
no.
them.
They're great designs. I'm just saying, like Fluffymon, Yolkmon, Chaperomon, and Syndrillamon are so good. Those two seem the worst, even though they're great designs in and of themselves. I think the only issue I have with the Zephagermon right now is it's too much Tears of the Kingdom vibes. Right after I played that game a bunch, because like the weapons kind of have that look to them. Then they showed off
You
the
need to help them get to their friend.
No, I think that's Chaperomon's job, probably with the Molotov cocktail. They showed off the covers for the two new starter decks, which look amazing. Shumon seems very happy. They showed off
Good.
um, different cards that are coming with those. They showed off sleeves. They showed off so much stuff. And then card game news just keeps going with. Are you ready for the turbo run through of cards, Dev? We both have to stretch here. Okay, ready? Algomon Baby 2 looks great. That is like the cityscape from 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rhythm, which makes sense for the set, and really solid looking art for Rhythm, to be honest.
I'm happy she's here.
Yeah. Morphomon and Manoa. Manoa gets the real creepy vibe shot look, which is good. Uh,
Yep,
Darkmon,
with the underlighting.
Darkmon and Hippogriffomon. Great Frontier movie thing, especially since it appears they are in the same scene. And they both
Yep,
have.
they're just running around in that town, just killing everyone.
No, they're being attacked by whatever that is. I forget the name of it. Then Mercursimon and Ornismon. Both just solid attacking. I think this is the one you're referring to with them attacking the town.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Then the best card of the set so far, Bibimon. I like the Dokimon on top looking like it's having the time of its life. The Dokimon
So
reminds me of some
excited.
cartoon, and I'm not sure what. Oh!
What the heck is
The
it?
thing from Cloudy with a Chance of
Dragon Quest?
Meatballs. No, the mouths from
No,
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I did not see that one.
Oh, that was solid. We get Tamer card Leon and Option card Hacker's Pride, both using Seeker's art. Leon gets 2 cards. Then with card battle, we got a preview of Pulse Mod, which I love the argument with. So look, it's a Pulsemon card. Pulsemon has great cards. The VIP on this art is Lugamon, looking like he's about to pop a blood vessel.
I think
Ah,
it's that's them in the cafeteria.
yes, I believe so. Goburamon actually looks slightly menacing. And then everyone was like, "Oh man, I haven't seen a Pipismon in a long time." And am I wrong, or is he almost stylized like an old video game FMV?
Very kind of like 3D model-ish.
Yeah, it feels like an early 3D model.
Like plasticky, sort of.
The Renamon art looks solid. I like the cloud background. It looks good. Uh, per- Harissamon is one of those where it's kind of hard to tell what's happening. You need him to be on a train of some sort. Golfmon, I love the
Well, it's
Apocalypmon
already
behind him.
busy enough as it is.
Yeah. Golfmon looks great, though, which is weird because it's a very busy card, but it works. Sumamon, I like the minimal coloring in the background. It's just solid. Then
I went to hug it.
Karamon being upside down is creepy because it feels like he's going to do the mouth thing that Karamon X can do, where he can just split open his mouth like all the way. Then Inframon and Armageddon looks good.
Absolutely badass.
Uh, Takuya and Koji, I don't have a lot to say because they're just really nice, but also like we've gotten some solid cards with them in the past.
Yeah, it's not like the movie had
Yeah,
like any particular changes to their outfits or anything like
yeah.
that.
Ancient Guardian Spirits is a screen cap card. Uh, Algomon Child and Algomon Adult, both very solid. I love the fake boxing gloves the child has. Then we get Algomon Perfect, but it's the worm phase.
Worm sign.
Then we get Ultimate. I love how in most of the Algomon cards you can see lower levels going around. Now, am I wrong, or is this the city background from the Savers movie?
Zooming in.
Especially like at the back left. This looks Savers movie-ish to me. I may be imagining that, I admit.
Hard to tell. Most of that movie is a blur minus Lalamon with nunchucks.
Yeah, that's Geogreymon. Geogreymon has an odd look. It feels very action figure-y. And then for some reason, Rise Greymon feels very Batman-y. It's not the visual I would think of for Rise Greymon, but I like it.
He's just
Cubimon,
kind of like perched on a corner menacingly.
exactly. Cubimon and Talmon both look very good. I think Talmon wins in this duo, though. The art style is just so good. Uh, Dukemon's one, I don't have a lot to say about Dukemon because it's just really fucking good.
Dukemon is Dukemoning.
Yes. Then Crimson Savior is Screen Cap. Locomon and Grand Locomon. I like how this one they have to like do the grandeur of the train because it's a Digimon that doesn't do anything, but both also look really good. The camera shot from Grand Locomon I really like. We just see
Like the
the
little
wheel.
debris and everything.
Yes, and then what I love Trailmon Worm getting a card, and I like how they named it specifically to upset people who edit Wikimon. There's not a Digimon
Yeah.
called Trailmon. That's just a generic thing. And then they start using the name for Worm.
FML.
Agumon and Gabumon both just have really gorgeous art, honestly. They know who pays for it. I have to be honest, Eosmon Adult and Perfect, I feel like both are too busy feeling for me. It may be the sample text, though. That may just block too much.
Yeah, it's a little hard
Yeah.
to
Doramon,
kind of parse what's going on the right one.
so Doramon I like because the design feels like a cartoony, idealized Doramon. Doramon in the card game has gotten good art before, but it feels like the design's always a bit different, while this feels kind of more like Doramon in your head, if that makes
Yeah, I could
sense.
see that. I
Uh,
also
that,
like the
that,
colors in the background.
then the VIP cards from the set so far for me are Aldemon and Beowulfmon. I saw the art for these last night, and I just went, shit. Talk about characters who sometimes get ignored because of their similarities to the other forms, and these just got like the craziest art possible.
Look, that particular artist just goes absolutely insane with just the brightest colors you
Yeah.
could possibly imagine.
And then we get a Tamer card for Taichi and Hikari from movie one. I don't know why. I'm so fucking
Door.
I'm so fucking amused by the look on Hikari's face on this one. It's just so fucking cute and great. Then we get a screen cap card for Miraculous Ultimate Night, and the Parrotmon card is also very good. I'm really pleased by that. Then we got previews for Death X Dorugamon Ryosenji, Death X Dorugamon, and Death X Dorugurum. It is very hard to say those in a row. And also the Greymon special card with the movie 1 style artwork.
Yes, that is the MVP of this batch right here.
If I remember correctly, during Digimon Con they were showing that with the light hitting it, and it is the craziest looking card you can imagine.
It is so fucking pretty.
Then when they did Card Game Fest, which was about a week ago, they previewed the Kazuna version of that card, which is Taichi and Greymon battling Parrotmon at the beginning of Kizuna. And they also showed off early Sakuyamon and Rika from the set. They
I
showed
absolutely fucking love that Sakuyamon artwork.
it. I want to see it larger before I comment on it more, to be honest.
I also love the cherry blossoms kind of like breaking out of the frame.
They do the breaking out of the frame really fucking well. Then they showed Battle Pack 22, which solid art all around, showing the little Digivice card pack thing. They also did for the 25th anniversary of the anime, they did a promo poster featuring that movie 1 art, which looks good. Then, did you see the promo card they showed off today? And there's been a few smaller resolution previews. Pal from the Digimon card game. First of all,
Yes.
it's art with him with his Bulkmon arm. I've seen translations of the card text. Do you know how it works? You can put a level 4 underneath it to get their abilities for a partial evolution.
Oh, that is very fun.
So you can use PAL with the abilities of a higher level Digimon, which is exactly a great way to. And you notice the card actually is not called Pulsemon. It's actually called PAL.
Just pal.
Yeah. And that comes with set 2, like Dev mentioned earlier, with volume 2, like Dev mentioned earlier. We also got bullet points for EX07, which is going to be based on Digimon Liberator. Stuff from the comics. They're also introducing 2 new card rarities, to which I saw every card collector go, "Oh, I fucking hate it." There's now going to be
Yeah.
limited common and limited uncommon cards. My understanding, based on the description, is cards that have limited versions will have second versions with different art. So it will be a common card, but it will be a rare version of it.
So it's basically like a parallel in the set.
Yes, which they do
Kind of.
anyways, but my understanding is it's part of the normal distribution. If I'm understanding the text correctly, which I may not be, because it's very short. So I assume something along the lines of, every 49 of the normal one means 1 of the limited. That sort of thing. Maybe not, I don't know what the ratio would be. Also, Nature Spirits Digimon, Tilakmon, Eldoradimon, Saber Leomon. The 3 Musketeers will be there, including that Bellstarmon Ace that has everyone's attention thanks to Chiba. So we'll see.
So many fucking cards, my god.
Yeah. All the Liberator stuff, including, some of those starter decks each of the starter decks come with 6 training cards. 1 for each color, but different art based on which starter deck you get.
Oh, cute.
Booster set 18, we only have the name at the moment. Element Successor, which suggests a Frontier theme.
Yeah, that's what came to mind first.
And then they finally gave the release plans for moving the card games to a simultaneous release. Basically, for the next year, the Japanese releases will slow down once June hits. So,
Oh, thank God.
yeah. So July, August, October, December, February, and March will have nothing. September, November, December will have 2 booster sets and an EX booster between them. While US releases speed up and boosters 18, 19, and 20 will be combined into Special Booster 2 and Special Booster 2.5. Sort of like when they launched the card game here, they did the 1.5 boosters. They're going to do
Yep.
that again. And then when April 2015 hits, the releases will be at the same time. And that's when I have to figure out if anything changes in how I cover stuff. Because my method has been I can't do both, so I just do whatever art shows up first. So we'll see what might change there. It 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 makes sense to sync them up because they're doing more and more international events.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, the first thing on the Japanese calendar right now is Starter 18 and 19 for next month in April. Those aren't till September in the US, even with the sped up schedule. Doing international
Is that what they
events,
used to do with Pokemon for the like international events? Was basically Japan just had to like toss out like the two most recent sets
yeah,
that they had out.
yeah. Now, April appears to make sense because I would assume that if I don't know if they've announced it, I would assume the next championships will be in March like they were this year. So basically, they end the calendar year with the championship, and then starting from that year, everything is now in sync. Uh, Card battle also got skipped. So Iwai battled Hideyoshi, who was there as a guest. And then they did a card preview episode, which we went over the cards. And then moving on from cards, did you see the TV Gashapon posters?
Yes.
All the TV shows get one, except Hunters, which Hunters half the time is treated as its own thing, half the time it's treated as a Crosswords extension. It makes sense here, but the 10th slot is 25th anniversary SD art.
I really want that one specifically.
I think everyone wants that one specifically. They did tease at Digimon Con that we would see that art on apparel and more stuff. That is not going to be specific to this toy. So
Oh,
we will see.
excellent.
And what I like is a lot of the images here are the initial key art that would stop being used right after the show started. So Adventure, O2 Tamers, and Frontier are lesser seen art.
Crosswords as well, because they
Crosswords,
definitely did not use that for long.
Crosswords, no. Crosswords was one where because everyone was so unprepared for new Digimon show, once they showed that off I feel like that got passed around a lot, so it kind of sticks in the head more. But yes, it's not like, say, Savers, Atmon, 2020, and Ghost Game, where they use those for the majority of the show. Cross Wars was gone, I want to say, the show started in July, right? I think it was gone by like September.
It's been so long.
Yeah, I know.
Time is an illusion.
But yeah, those look solid, as does the 25th anniversary art. Then at Digimon Con, they tease the next Figure Standard Amplified model kit. And I like when they do the silhouettes that make it so obvious that no one is confused about who this is.
I can't possibly guess.
Hail, Dramon. Do you
I've
like
never heard of that Digimon
do you
before.
like how they actually made sure they photoshopped eyes into it?
It feels very awkward.
Am I wrong? Are the eyes lower resolution than the silhouette, which is very strange to say for a black image?
They're very JPEG
Oh,
artifacty.
okay. I was sitting there going, it's like they have the gray background, they've blacked out the entire model kit, but the eyes look lower resolution in a way that creeps me out. So we'll see that soon. Then this was neat. Casco announced they have the license to do tabletop games and outdoor toys. So stuff like puzzles, medium, like $40, $50 board games. Toys like hula hoops, jump ropes, those what's the fuck
Frisbees and
yes, what's the fucking thing where you put the little loop on your foot and you spin it around and makes noises and shoots light?
it's like a skip it, I think.
Yes, I think it's a non brand version of the skip it. So does that they do a lot of anime type board games. Someone said there was a number of solid ones based on video games and anime. I'm not sure which. I think someone said Contra, which was an interesting
Well,
one.
I've never heard of them until now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. They have stuff coming out this year next. Here's what I assume: we'll get some interesting board games, a few puzzles, and a lot of cheap crap that I hope people like. But I can't imagine we'll get because like we're not going to be buying a hula hoop
Yeah, no,
or a
like
jump rope.
even when I was a small child, I never had bought a hula hoop.
I feel like I had a hula hoop, but I certainly never asked for a hula hoop. And I don't recall anyone ever buying one, but I definitely remember playing with a hula hoop at some point. I think it was just at schools and stuff when we were both younger, but I definitely never like requested a hula hoop. Then
Some relative just like, this is what the child will want.
it is a plastic. It is a giant plastic straw folded in on itself. And then Annabirth shut off some of their products for the Digimon Corner, which is fully open now. So we get the keychains, we get stands, can badges. The pen. I don't know why I like the pens so much. They look stupid, but I like them.
It looks like a banana from the thumbnail.
Then hairbands and flake stickers.
Yeah.
There's also the bonus stickers, which they explained this last time, but they didn't show good enough pictures. Now they have. If you get all 9, I'm still confused, like, because you peel off the back of a sticker. So does that? I don't understand. Like, do you peel it off and then the back sticks together to make this puzzle piece?
I I'm not sure either.
I mean, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, if you peel it off to use it as a sticker, then I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but
Hmm. I
I
mean,
like.
yes, you are crazy, but not for
I didn't notice
reason.
Ian in chat. Ian's clearly familiar with the skip it because he notes there's a counter on the ball. And then
Damn.
moving on from Annabirth, we got some news about the 25th anniversary cafe. So first, the novelties and bonuses. So they have coasters, bromide prints, and stickers. Um, and then they also showed off the products. The products are actually slightly more interesting. So hair clips, not my thing, but I like the little SD art on them. I still think Gomamon's great in that art. Then we get clear cards, a memorial diorama, which I think this is an acrylic stand. I'm not sure. I think it is. An Agumon ballpoint pen.
Exactly what we've always wanted.
I don't know. I'm amused by it because you would think it's actually a pen you could use. Like when you see the pen from the Annabirth, it has the big things on top, which kind of makes it like not holdable as a normal pen. Then we get the
Yeah,
clear,
they're a little top heavy and awkward.
yeah. Then we get a clear file and the memorial hoodie. I would really like something on the front when they do these.
I know they're going for like as subtle as
No,
possible, but it's
okay,
just
okay.
kind of
So,
boring.
so you know what this should be? Okay, so are you looking at the hoodie art right now?
Yeah.
Take the 25th badge, put it on the front at like a chest point in the corner, and move the adventure logo to the middle on the back. Instead, they have like 2 logos jammed in the middle there.
Also, I feel like it would be really cool if they had the character art like split up and then like going down the sleeves.
Oh, that'd be nice because the balloon theme would go really good with the sleeves. Yes,
Hmm.
but yeah.
So one on the front, one logo on the back, and then the kids down the sleeves.
And then, so the weird thing about that art though is it, that's the art we're getting on the card. So I'm curious if we'll see more. It will show up more other places. And then Tokyo Character Street pop-up shop was announced with a paint theme. Really good art, solid art here, honestly.
It's very fun and colorful.
Am I wrong, or have they been going full bore with the adventure art we've seen so far? We're not seeing any of the Tamer's Christmas art, where they're like in pinstripe
We will
suit.
forever be haunted by that.
Yes. So this will be open March 29th through April 11th at Tokyo Character Street. There'll also be online stores. Uh, and their online store has Bai integrated into the shop. So you can just add stuff to a cart. You don't have to do anything specialized. So the products here, we have can badges, acrylic cards, acrylic stands, artboard, the accessory case. Do you know how many people tell me they get those little cases to put stuff in? I'm always shocked when I hear people getting those.
Well, how big are they?
Let me check to see if there's a size information. But all I know is that this specific case shows up on products all the time.
If it's about how big I think it is, I mean, it would be nice for
The product
band-aids or
page is
like
not.
contact lenses.
Yeah, I think it's that size. Like the product page is not up at the moment. Uh, Clear case, character mirror, then new graph art stuff with a party
Exactly the
theme.
shit that I'm here
Yes,
for.
everyone likes the graph. So we get can badges, the petite acrylic stands. I'm trying to decide which art is the best of these. I feel like it's somewhere between Mimi, Hikari, and Joe. Oh my god, I just noticed
I
Tailmon.
love Patamon.
I just noticed Tailmon with the mask. The colors blend, so I didn't notice that she was like carrying a party mask.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I thought it was like a little flute or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I thought. Then I was looking, I'm like, oh, it's a mask. And Patamon can't do a tie.
He's trying so hard.
Also, so I'm looking at these, and one of my favorite things, and I only just noticed this. Okay, look at them all. They're all in a very cartoony SD style, correct?
Yes.
Am I wrong? Or does Tentomon have a cartoony SD body, but the head is normal Tentomon?
The head is gigantic.
It works with Tentomon, though, to be fair. Then we get sliding accessory cases. These are smaller ones that you put like on a bag. Sticker sheets. Then acrylic coasters. I'm I I don't know how I feel about a coaster with like a stand on it. It feels like you're gonna
Don't
move.
you stick to the cup?
To be fair, a lot of coasters have stuff that's like yeah, I don't know. I don't. I think. Do you think the idea is that you use it either as a coaster or a display stand? Because I feel like you don't. If you have a coaster, you do not want to have like a bumper on the edge that you can break. It's odd. The tote bag's fine, and then postcards for if you buy stuff with the paint art. The on.
Yep.
Let's see. When does the online store open up? Okay, I see what it is. The advance pre-orders closed today. They will open orders again March 29th through April 11th. That's what. So they actually took down the pages so that because people are gonna try to get orders in no matter what. So it makes sense. And Dev, take a sip because it's time for the best part. So get your drink. It's time for a karaoke collaboration. So it's
Someone go and get AR.
hey, I tried getting him twice in a row probably wasn't gonna happen, and this was gonna be a long one anyways. So Caritas Karaoke has one of their collaborations, Idol Theme, March 19th through May 5th. Dev, it's gonna be at multiple Caritas locations. See, I'm stretching. Are you ready to talk about the drinks, Dev?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay. So first up, we get these are 660 yen each. The Tai Chinagumon, it's strawberry syrup in mango juice and ginger ale with red and blue star shape knotted to cocoa on top.
Okay, that one sounds edible.
So this one seems fine, but like when I have ginger ale, I just want ginger ale. I don't want anything like I'm drinking it because sore stomach. I'm not looking for like mix-ins. Yamato
I
and
have to admit, I'm kind of a slut for the green tea ginger ale mix that I can get here. That and the lemonade
I don't I don't
ginger ale.
I don't think I've tried that. I probably should at some point. Yamato and
It's
Gabumon.
really
The return. See, this is where we needed AR. Blue curacao syrup, his favorite ingredient, to where he mentioned he only ever hears it be mentioned for Digimon drinks. I know it's a thing,
yeah.
but it's blue curacao mixed in pink grapefruit syrup and tonic water with a cut lemon. Now here's the thing:
Ew.
I like tonic water personally, but that is an old person drink. Anytime I think of tonic water, I think of my grandfather. He used to keep bottles of it, and I would drink it because I like the flavor. And it wasn't until I was maybe 6 or 7 that I was, oh, they mix it in stuff, and I'm just downing it straight.
Look, we all have our weird ass vices.
Yes. Okay. Sora and Piomon. Blood orange syrup and lemon squash with pink star-shaped nata cocoa. This is not my thing. This doesn't seem bad to me. It's basically orange and lemonade with the nata de cocoa. This seems fine.
It's just a random citrusy thing
Yeah.
that's red.
Koshiro and Tentomon. Grenadine syrup, blue curacao syrup, and 100% grapefruit juice with frozen melon on top. Dev, am I wrong? Or when I texted you about this late at night, did you go to they put a bean on top?
Yes, it's like, is that a fucking bean?
Yes, that's exactly what you said, in fact. But yes, is
I
it?
guess it's Tenomon's
I
eyeball?
I guess. But also, like, if you're gonna do that, you should put two of them. You should have the drink be red. I don't know. It's strange. Mimi,
It still looks like a fucking bean.
Mimi, Mimi and Palmon's Emerald Pine Syrup and 100% grape. There's a lot of fucking grapefruit juice this time. 100% grapefruit juice. So I don't know what Emerald Pine Syrup tastes like. Like in my brain, it's like pine. I
You
don't.
mean pineapple?
I assume that's what it is. My brain jumps instead to pine needles. Honestly.
I mean, just looking at it without reading any of the text, I would have assumed, oh, okay, maybe it's just like some melon soda or whatever. But no, they had to go and be fucking weird.
Yeah. That's one of those weird things that like all of us. I'm sorry. What is it? Oh, this can't be right. I looked for it. I'm getting recipes for making syrup out of pine cones. I'm very.
Not the most appetizing thing I could
I'm
think of.
so I'm gonna assume that's wrong, but that I don't want to know. I'm not drinking any pine cone drinks personally. I will admit this next one might be like the most drinkable thing I would drink. The Joan Gomon is hot cocoa topped with whipped cream and chocolate syrup.
Okay, much better than the last Joe drink, which was like this grainy sesame latte
See, here's the thing.
abomination.
When I first saw this before translating it, I was like, "Oh, they've topped it with some sort of sesame paste or something." It's like, no, it's just hot cocoa. It's
I thought it
normal.
was like return of like the cursed drinks in the generic white
Oh,
mug.
don't worry. We're getting there. Takaru and Patamon is mango jelly, apricot syrup, and soda water with frozen mango. It. I'm not a big mango apricot person mixed together. I imagine this is probably good though, to be honest. It's just not my
Just
thing.
generic fruit punchy kind
Although, is
of,
it
I
funny?
guess.
Is it funny that the mango is exactly the same thing? It just looks more appetizing than the green.
Yeah.
And then the official
No energy drink this time.
so this one is sakura syrup and strawberry syrup and hot milk, topped with a marshmallow, raspberry sauce, and a sprig of mint. So first off, I'm not a strawberry milk person, so this isn't for me. As weird as it is, does this kind of make sense? Minus that they once again went with the one marshmallow.
One sad marshmallow.
It
But at
has
least this one actually looks like a marshmallow this time, not just like a
yes,
half melted
and
sad
it
thing.
has its friend mint and raspberry sauce. Like here's the thing, this drink is not appealing to me because I don't like the flavor combination. Like, I've never been a
No.
strawberry milk person, but I imagine if you like strawberry milk, this is actually probably good. And am I wrong, or is this like this batch of drinks the most positive we've ever been about one of these Caritas karaoke collaborations?
Yeah, we actually assumed the worst coming in.
No, yeah, and I don't think I would personally like most of them. They don't seem bad. Like, there's none of the ones where like they have the weird milky color to them. It's like, this is a soda, and also it looks like milk.
Like we added some Calpis.
Like, the worst looking one to me this time is the shade of purple of the Koshiro drink does not seem appealing to me. It's a
No,
bit
it looks like
it's
it's like
foggy.
Robitussin.
It's a weird, yeah, that's basically it. But nothing here gives me that look where I kind of go, "Oh, I don't feel so good."
Yeah, it's not like a Joe's drink from the last
And
set.
also, Mimi often gets the weird, like, it's milk and it's also green and it also is an odd color that is very unappealing. They have a set menu. You get a drink, a shikishi, and a holographic coaster. And all the drinks come with a little mock Polaroid card, like a souvenir from an idol thing.
It's very cute.
Yes. Uh, Products are can badges, acrylic keychains shaped like Digivices, and acrylic stands.
That I would like.
The Digivice keychains,
Yes.
I would like to see what they actually look like first. Because they say acrylic keychains, which is nice, but when they do the art renders, like, how flat are we talking about?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Because it feels like they could be very flimsy. They do that little music challenge where you get bonus stuff if you hit double numbers or perfect. Wide selection from throughout the franchise. You can even see like Ghost Game and Atmon songs in here. Like, very solid selection. And then new poll. Favorite Digimon from the Pendulum 3 and 3.5?
We could have never guessed this would happen.
I know. So I'm looking at the ones who feel like they have a better than normal chance of ranking high are, at least for me, Garurumon, Wizardmon, Devimon, Weregurumon, Pumpmon, Vamdemon, Lady Devimon, Demon, and Paimon, I think.
I feel like if Valdemon doesn't get into the top three, we know someone who's just going to march to Bandai and just take over.
To be fair, do you know how many times I've told her to go to Japan and steal that mascot costume for me? She hasn't done it yet, so I think they're fine. And then
It's on how the plane fare goes.
and then a bit of a speed round of stuff. So the card championship happened. We got lots of pictures from the event host. One of them even showed off that they were put on unmatching Digimon socks on purpose. But yeah, they showed off the event, the photos. All of them were taking photos with. They had a War Greymon card that you could walk in and get a photo with it. Uh,
I
various
see that. That's cool as shit.
various official tweets for Louis' birthday, February 29th.
I was expecting a lot for that.
My favorite one was the Digimon partners put up a little birthday card using the Ochidama. like they
That
made
was adorable.
like they did like a nice color design of the background, and it's the plush. It just says "Happy Birthday, Louis." Um, and I think that you see the best tweet about that. Digimon Web put up a tweet that was just like, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Louis. Like, no explanation or anything, just that with the movie poster and some emoji. It's like, oh, that's a spot on perfect tweet. Like, no notes.
That's creepy. I
Yeah.
love it.
Then the Card Battle family put up a little preview showing that they were going to be doing their part of Digimon Con from their normal set and who was going to be there for that. Then we got social art of the 25th anniversary being prepared by. Does it feel like the message here was it's being prepared by those from the less remembered anime TV shows? Savers, Hunters, Atmon, and Ghost Game. Hey, I like seeing Dokemon.
He's doing his best.
Although I will say I have one complaint here. So you can see what Gumdramon and Dokemon are doing. You can see what Lalamon's doing. They're all preparing. What is Kaos Gabumon doing?
Getting the fuck out of Dodge.
He's just like, my show's over. I'm out of here, bitches. Then
It's like, not my problem anymore.
Then weekend 2, I did on Sunday because Saturday, there was no way in hell I was getting that done. I did not even finish all the articles that night. So first up, reference book updates for Yolkmon, Fluffymon, Grand Galemon, Zephagermon, Chaperamon, and Cendrillamon. I like that we got these so early and in advance of it. Everyone saw Yolkmon and fell in love. And then everyone saw Cendrillamon and went, hey, are those mice a new variation on Chuchumon?
Oh, that's funny.
I saw like has to be at least a dozen different people going, so are these a different Digimon? Or are these just like a thing? What are these?
Are they tiny robots? I don't know.
Yeah. The Frontier Blu-ray box from the collector's line came out in Japan. They did a nice little spread of that to show it off. I really wish it wasn't
Yeah, it's
orange.
boring.
I like it. I wish it wasn't orange. Because
There's so much fucking orange.
They already did orange for these, which is weird. Annabirth put up a few photos showing they already have their Digimon corner. They did a little Digimon Adventure standee for the 25th anniversary at both stores.
I want all of the stuff.
Then the Toei Museum put up 25th anniversary art and showing off some of the displays. Then they did shock again for Digimon Con and showed off the Agumon and Terriermon plush that they keep on display there. I love the chalk art. I love the chalk art anytime they do it. For the 25th anniversary, Mega House put up images of their Taichi and Agumon figures.
What if they're doing any re-releases of some of them?
I feel like a few of these we got re-releases of recently. I've lost track, to be honest. They do so many. They should, though.
Yes.
Then we got various anniversary images, just a few posts here. So first, Ayumi Miyazaki played the action song from episode 1 of Adventure from when Kuwagumon's chasing the kids, noting it's one of the first action scenes. So not a vocal one, just him playing it for fun. Cher Watanabe, who composed Butterfly, thanked everyone. Digimon music producer noticed mentioned the anniversary. He was like, everyone should enjoy Agumon Con. I mean, Digimon Con. Then Miyanori from Card Battle put up a little drawing of Agumon and also had one of those questions for Agumon, basically going, do you have a spell that can give me more courage? And that was a great little drawing. And then Chiba, who, as we said, is like the goofy comedian, put up a very touching story, actually. He showed a photo of the Agumon statue that he went and got at night, showing the whole row of the statues.
Ah, okay, I see that.
So
one.
now, here's what Chiba said that was interesting. He thought it was amazing to see Agumon there with Goku and Anpanmon. He used to walk by there every day for kindergarten.
Aww.
He wants to be greedy and wishes the Agumon statue was there 17 years ago when he walked past it every day. Because that's just an interesting thing. It also makes you feel old, doesn't it? And also behind Agumon is a team of Power Rangers. Then Director Kakado. Oh man, I like when he goes nuts for stuff. Because it's the anniversary, he put up a bunch of stuff that he had. He had renders from the original Adventure preview promo from before it aired in quality that does not exist. Because he did the renders, or showing scripts and documents, press conference photos, toy displays, renders of like the Digimon Analyzer, which he did in CGI himself, or showing the render of the D terminal, showing off events they did back then. Just not going through them in detail, but really crazy to see and worth looking at. He showed off so much, and it's just amazing. Uh,
I love the goofy looking Garurumon plush statue looking thing.
so, did you see what he mentioned about the Garurumon one?
Surprisingly well made for
No, 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 no. That's the Weregrumon. The Garurumon one, he's seen photos of it from Megumi Han when she was a kid at that event, but the mouth's open, and he's never seen that. So now he's tried to figure out, was there a second Garurumon there that he didn't notice? Because he's not sure if the mouth opened or not. Then Tenya Buno put up really high resolution art of Pulsemon from the new card.
I love that artwork.
Now, I believe this is new artwork. I don't think this is from somewhere, is it? It's hard to tell because he uses that Bulkmon arm so much.
I'm pretty positive this is like new artwork.
I thought it was, but it's one of those things where we see the arm so much, I just kind of go, I don't know. And then social art for the 25th anniversary, where they basically show like candy making, but each piece of candy has a different TV anime hero's face. And Abotamon's very excited.
Stop making me hungry.
I'm trying to decide which the best face is.
Dukemon looks like he's had enough of it.
I have to say, I think Restormon and Gaiamon actually look really solid. Actually, Shine Greymon, they all look good, to be honest. And then time for questions. You guys can check and in. If you asked a question early and we missed it, throw it up because we've had a lot to go through, so we may have missed it. Forgot. Someone said, based on Digimon Con 2024, what improvements can you think of for it? Honestly, for what it's supposed to be, it was pretty solid. It's basically supposed to be a celebration. That we actually got a bunch of announcements is the outlier. Like, I know, like, if someone's the people who are upset are all people who went, I want them to announce a new game or a new anime. And that was never really
This is
the
not the
thing.
event for that.
No. This is basically have fun for a few hours. That's what this is. So I think there are times when I think the subtitle presentation could be improved a bit.
I'd also really like if they kept the musical
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure
portions
I'm pretty
available.
sure I'm pretty sure that's legal and that's just not happening.
Nobody want it.
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's one of those things where I think they can't. Someone in chat said if you could only pick the Digivice from Taichi Yamato, who would you pick? I assume they mean for the 25th. I would probably pick Taichi, actually, to be honest. It's an easier.
I get the emo character Digivices
So here's the thing.
from all the series.
I think it's an easier choice when the bonus things are the same and the in-game items are basically basic whatevers. There's no real difference. If there are actual differences, I'd have to look at it. Random stuff wants to know what's our favorite stuff from all these stuff revealed. I feel like it. So here's the thing: generically it's the Digivice, but the issue is we don't know what the comic stuff is going to be, or will the novel contest be translated?
I doubt that.
No, I doubt it. But like, here's the thing: if we got a collection of mini novels that were translated to English, that could be really fucking fun. Out of all the stuff
I'm
we
really
know,
hyped for like a variety of comic stuff.
I am too. But without knowing what it's gonna be, I feel like I have to give it to the Digivice for now. If you were to
that we have like solid information on.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing: if the comic is like 15 pages from the winner and it's not good, and there's 2 pages from Tenya Yabuno, and that's issue 1, then we may have different answers. If it's Tenya Yabuno doing whatever he wants, and the person does a great thing, but yeah, I'd give it to the G-Vice for now. Then Juggernaut says, do they own the song? So music for anime is generally licensed or made in concert with companies. So distributing it, they still have to, make agreements for that. And in general, they're probably making agreements to make sure they can have the popular songs performed, but they can't necessarily distribute them long term. So a lot of those end up cut from live events when they do it. It's sort of like I don't know if it's still true on streaming, but I know when you used to see repeats of like Saturday Night Live on like Comedy Central when I was younger, a lot of times the music would be cut entirely. I don't know if that's still a thing now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it
Yeah.
was.
Then someone said, "Are there any movie, TV, or book endings you really didn't like and still don't?" I feel like this is because we were kind of okay with the Seekers ending as it was. So Dev, any endings you just don't like?
Uh,
Do you want me to
well,
go
the thing
first
is,
so you
like,
can
if I
think?
don't like, yeah, because like if I don't like something, then if I don't like an ending to something, then I'm not really going to put much thought into remembering it and storing it away.
Um, I remember not liking the ending to Ichigo 100%. I think I've talked about this with you specifically, Dev, because I think you were
It
thinking
was
of
a
reading it.
while
I
ago.
think you were thinking of reading it, and you remembered I had read it. It was one of the pseudo harem anime mangas, and good characters. And the swerve at the end just made me go, "Oh, I feel terrible." No, 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 no. They I but I guess it's old enough. It doesn't matter if I spoil it. At the very last minute, he goes, "No, I'm not gonna be with the main girl. I'm gonna be with the other girl and go find her." And she hasn't been in the comic for a year or so at this point. It was just like, wait, what? This is a
Just out
multi.
of nowhere.
This was a multi-year comic, and that character has not been in the comic for a year or so at this point. They left, and I just went, "Oh, that's not a good ending." So, did you think of any for you, Dev?
Uh, honestly, I just didn't really care for the ending of Hunters. It was just meh.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that one. I think the kind of like pseudo anime crossover ending makes sense. I think it does kind of do a disservice to Hunters itself, though. Because what does everyone remember?
Also, like, Quartz mom was just kind of like, okay, so your partner was an evil, horrifying nightmare creature, and you're just don't bring it up ever again.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we think the Digivice promo card will be released elsewhere? Sometimes they do, sometimes not. I think the key thing for most people will be if the card that comes with the US release is the Japanese card, it means they have not released the card in English yet. If they release the card in English there, it may not. So we'll see. Someone said they got the Discotheque Adventure Blu-ray as a gift, but they had the Flatiron set. Are there any major differences making it worth keeping both? The Flatiron had the booklet with some basic stuff. There was some art. I don't remember there being much in the Flatiron set making it worth keeping both. I would double check the extras. I looked at those when I worked on the Blu-ray, but I don't remember them at this point because it was a few years ago. I don't think there's anything. It might be worth it to keep the booklet if you find that important, but I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. Um, yeah, I don't think there is though. Uh, then someone asked if we had to make a collaboration drink right now for any Digimon character, what would it be so it makes sense and we would actually drink it?
Aw, damn. Until you got to that last part, I had a fantastic idea.
Okay, I got one. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm I'm gonna say it's the Mimi drink. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. A cold brew coffee and on the side are some thin mints. On the side. So just some coffee and some cookies. Now that's not really the spirit of the question, I will admit. So I oh okay, I got one. I just have to think who. Uh, okay, I got one. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, for Koshiro,
Oh no.
do a root beer float, but also put a few dots of green on the top of the ice cream to emulate Tentomon's shell. Or his eyes, I mean, sorry.
Okay, that could be cute.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
thinking
oh,
more
wait,
of
wait, I can make it horrifying. Oh, I just got it.
yes, do it.
Okay, are ready? Okay, so it's the root beer float idea. It's the root beer. Have you seen how they're making like Dr. Pepper food now?
Unfortunately,
And how it's red? I think there's red
un-
Dr. Pepper ice cream, isn't there?
I've seen red Dr. Pepper peeps.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with say there's red Dr. Pepper ice cream. So it's root beer, a scoop of the ice cream, and 2 green jelly beans for the eyes. Now I don't know if I'd like that, but it's as close as I'm gonna get. Your turn, Dev.
My initial thought was making a Lalamon themed drink.
Oh no, Dev!
So
Dev, don't say it.
yeah, yes,
Go
yes.
ahead. I know what you're gonna fucking say. Go.
Well, first it would be just cherry soda,
Yeah,
just like with grenadine, make it nice and pink. Put in
yeah,
some Calpico, and then you put like a
yeah.
little mint sprig on the top,
Oh, is that it?
and on the side of some sausages.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were gonna say put sausages in the drink, and I was just like, Dev.
No, just surround the
So okay,
drink with sausages.
borrowing my cookie idea, but actually using it seriously. Let's see. Yeah, some Ian brought up stuff like Drew Carey showing Cold Case having music with home videos. That's kind of the same thing, basically. Yes. Uh, do we know whose voice at the ending of the movie? I will need clarification what you mean by that. I think I do, but I don't want to answer if I'm wrong. Then someone said, do you think they'll go back to doing Digifest worldwide like they did a number of times they do for Digimon Con? I don't know. I feel like they've kind of kept it as being in person or premium VOD in Japan. I don't know how you distribute it worldwide when you're charging for tickets and for online viewing. I do know the platform they use does support outside of Japan streaming if they want. I assume this goes back to like having music and stuff like that. Um, it was nice the few
Yeah,
times it streamed, though. I will
lights and
say
everything.
it was nice. It's been. What was the last one that streamed? Was it in 2019, maybe? Oh no, no, it was the streaming only one in 2020.
Yeah, because of
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah, but yeah. It's been a while though, but yeah. Let's see. Some Ian likes the Koshiro float. The main reason I went with the Dr Pepper ice cream is it's the only red I could come up with. Okay, Nighthawk said last time we talked about how the game producer needs to do better. How's it feeling after Digimon Con? I think the issue is we don't know what the plan is. I think they're in the odd position where they technically have not announced the next Digimon story, but they have to keep talking about it because Habu brought it up so often. So he mentioned it, but like Bandai has not formally announced a Digimon story game. It's something Habu talked about a number of times, and now they're kind of stuck mentioning it. Um, I think they did find a way to do the game segment without a game to show. That was actually mostly entertaining, unlike say that Q&A a few years ago, which was just horrendous.
Yeah, sad.
This was fun. It does show why when they do the polls, they really don't do serious polls anymore because almost all of them just get ransacked by vote stacks. You notice they very rarely do polls that matter anymore, and if they do, they keep the results private and they're clearly fixing the issues.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it's hard to say because we haven't seen what he's done. Like we know he produced the re-release of Next Order, and that had some good quality of life stuff. But Next Order was always kind of a not great game for a lot of people. So it was solid to see him, and he seemed positive, and he had good comments. But it's too early to know. I will see what comes up. It's also not clear if he's the guy in charge or if he was brought out because he was the producer in charge of the last game that came out. Like, is he the Digimon game producer in charge of Digimon games, or was he the person in charge of the last game and he's also in charge of another game? So it's just hard to see. Someone wants to know, will we see the Habu Digimon stuff? No, because I think that was just a sketch that someone did for him. Like, that's not an actual Digimon. It's sort of like how Kenji Watanabe draws Digimon all the time that aren't really Digimon, they just sort of look like them. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, those aren't Digimon, they're just there. Then last chance for questions from chat, and the last prepared one that sent in, someone said, since the 25th anniversary year for Digimon and it's begun, are there any updates on things on what we want to buy or just see happen?
I want a Yokomon plushie.
I'm trying to think the last time we got a Yokomon plushie. Was it the
Well,
20th?
Yokomon.
Oh, Yokomon.
Yeah.
God, that feels like an easy one, doesn't it?
Yeah, like it's a really good shape to put into like a crane game too.
Yeah, that feels like a solid, like, that feels like something you'd sell at the Digimon Partner Shop as an Otodama.
Oh god, that'd be adorable.
Yeah. It feels like I feel like we won't necessarily get a big thing this year in the sense of like an anime or a game based on when stuff's announced. It feels like stuff will be announced though. Cuz
They're
I
just gonna keep riding that anniversary.
yeah. So we'll see. Do we think with Seekers ending, Bandai's discontinuing the Vital Race at BE? It does feel like it's kind of. See, I don't know because they were selling it for that anime that took over for Ghost Game. I feel like it's either done or they could do a few for the 25th of Adventure, I feel like. See,
I don't know, I don't really pay attention to it
yeah, that's the
unless
issue.
it's
That's the issue. Like, for example, I don't pay attention to the non-Digimon stuff. I don't know if any of those lines are still going. It may, if those are going, it could easily be they're just concentrating on other stuff for now. But it's not like they're still doing the events. They did one just a few weeks ago, but it does feel like it's de-emphasized, I would say. So we'll see. I mean, the most recent one was Pulsemon. That was only like a month and a half ago. That wasn't that long ago, was it?
doesn't feel like it was that long.
Yeah. Man, how wild would it be if it actually ended with Pulsemon?
Right where it began.
Yeah. So at the moment, we don't know. The U.S. Vital Hero's been getting new stuff. They've been doing not Digimon ones, but I think they just did a bunch of DC Comics ones.
Okay.
So I mean, that's not the BE, but we'll see what happens. I guess it does feel lesser though. Let's see. I think that's it for questions. I'm just scrolling up to see if we missed anything. I don't think we missed anything.
And even if we did, I don't care.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, Dev, what Wikimon article would you like people to read as we finish up?
Yokomon.
That's the best
I love
answer.
it.
Yeah. I can be found with the will as always. Hopefully, a bit less news for a couple weeks because that was a wild few days. That's where me and Dev both go, man, the number of people going, oh, Digimon's dead. And it's like, man, it's only dead if you're only looking for one thing. If you're just excited for to see what happens, there was so much it almost feels illness inducing.
It was a deluge.
Like
We were
I'm
drowning.
yeah. Um I can be found with the will as always. We will catch you guys next time, hopefully with far less. Thank you everyone for showing up.
Please.
Thank you everyone for showing up. We will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.